This is a really quick one.
Yeah.
He's not a Hall of Famer. Can we just get that out of the way?
The other worst thing of the week.
The insanity to have to sit here for a couple of days and see all these people on Twitter going, oh, well, Matthew Stafford's Hall of Fame case. If you look at Eli Manning, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. If you are somebody right now that thinks Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer, that's an embarrassment. That is a downright embarrassment.
All of the NFL media.
It's,
media.
He's been a quarterback that's kind of good for a while. Everybody's got good numbers now. Everybody. You know why? Because it was hard to complete fucking passes when it was 2007. And then Tom Brady gets hit. Everything changes. Guys complete 70% every year now. There are guys that do that all the time. It's easy to complete passes. Also, Matthew Stafford, his stats are in garbage time. There was a Lions blog that was like, we're going to spend all this time dedicating and proving that Matthew Stafford is not a garbage time compiler. And then all of the research was like, oh, well, he's thrown the highest amount of passes out of anybody in football in his last X games compared to everybody. He's number 2 in the league.
Would you say, Vince
it's all
Quinn,
garbage time.
that were yards included in this?
Yes.
Oh, I can't imagine. Okay.
Well, exactly. And that's the argument for Stafford. Everyone's like, oh, well, he's got all these numbers from Detroit and he never won anything, but they're good numbers. And it's like, he never won anything. He never won anything. He never did anything prior to this. He got a stacked team that went to a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and now he's been better. But, Cooper Kupp's, that was one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen, ever, if not literally the best season ever from a wide receiver statistically. The guy won a fucking triple crown. He set all these records for total yardage in the same number of games as older seasons, by the way. It was insane. I'm super pissed about this. Cooper Kupp, maybe he made Matthew Stafford a little bit better. Maybe he dragged Matthew Stafford's ass to this Super Bowl because on that last drive, he sure as shit did. Cooper Kupp won that game, and there's no mistake about it. Aaron Donald is maybe...
no-look pass.
Come on, man. Cooper Kupp, they handed the ball off to him on 4th and 1 because they didn't know what to do. They were like, Cooper, take a jet sweep and make something happen. Matthew Stafford is good. He's a good quarterback that put up good numbers for a long time. He didn't drag anybody anywhere ever, okay? Like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Don't make me defend the guy, but he drug a lot of people in the fourth quarter with, in Detroit.
To 0 playoff wins, 3 appearances. He was there for 12 years. What did Joe Burrow just do right now with a team that's not that good? I've argued that many times over the last few weeks. The Bengals are not that good a team. He got that team to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow did that. That's a credit to him. You can
Jamar
undeniably.
Chase is just nobody there.
Well, he's part of the equation. But if no offensive line, he's gotten sacked more than anybody in the history of the NFL playoffs. Joe Burrow got sacked more than anybody. He got that team to the Super Bowl. He was a national sensation. Everybody wanted the Bengals to win because Joe Burrow, they love Joe Burrow. That guy's an undeniable star. And when you hear whispers about Joe Burrow as a Hall of Famer already, right now, you can believe it a little bit. You can see it. Was there ever in our lives a conversation like that about Matthew Stafford? No. Suddenly, 10 years just gets totally reinvented because he has one good year with a stacked team and a great coach.
This is what I love about Vince. I told you and Rob and a bunch of others that once Eli Manning is in, that's it. It's over. This whole discussion goes that way, and this is going to happen with every quarterback in this era. Put Matt Ryan's Hall of Fame campaign together because it's coming too. And at least he won an MVP.
He did.
I don't care anymore. And I told you this, and you need to stop getting less fired up about it because it's over and it's been over. It's the Hall of OK. It's the Hall of OK because we've come up with some dumb fucking reason to be like, well, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Eli Manning. Yes, you fucking can. And it doesn't he's always going to be included in it because he's a Manning and he just signed a big deal with ESPN.
Yeah.
So now that's only going to skyrocket him. The Hall of Fame allowed him to walk in and drop his dick on the table and say, pay me. And that's all this is about. That's why people are campaigning for it left and right because boom, and this stupid shit about rings and now he's a Hall of Famer. I agree with you. This is the same argument we will have for the rest of time because Eli Manning ruined the Hall of Fame. And no one wants to admit that, especially Giants fans who are so fucked up in the head that they believe that guy was great. And he was just Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
That's it. That is it. If you replace Eli Manning and put Matt Stafford on the Giants, same fucking result. Because in the end, they both had the same arc and the same finish when they got the Super Bowl. Look at it. Look at you. You're all a mess. Everyone's a mess about this. It's been over for a while. This is the last little argument I'm having about the Hall of Fame. I am officially done in closing the book on it for this, for baseball, all of it. Close it all down.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
You're right, because and here's my last point when it comes to the Hall of Fame that really pisses me off about this. Because, Eli's going to get in the next year or two. It's a sure thing. He doesn't belong there, but he's going to get in. Here's my problem as well. They're like, oh, well, he's a quarterback and he's pretty good. The problem is everybody looks at the Hall of Fame as, is this guy famous and are they kind of good at quarterback? Like the MVP is a quarterback award now. It just is. Fine. Everyone's treating the Hall of Fame that way, and that's the problem. How many other positions are on the field? How many great players at all these other spots deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, and they don't get in because they're not quarterbacks, and not everybody knows who they are. But are they undeniably great? Are they some of the best to ever do it? The sticking point for me, Isaac Bruce, it took Isaac Bruce like 12 years to get into the Hall of Fame. Part of one of the most iconic offenses ever, Super Bowl winner, has all time, he's like fifth in yardage or fifth in receptions. Like he is a legitimate, undeniable great that enough people that watch the game know who the fuck Isaac Bruce is. How does that take 12 years? Devin Hester just got denied. Devin Hester didn't get in the Hall of Fame this year. He's the greatest returner of all time. He was an undeniable icon. Everybody knew who Devin Hester was. He's the reason Rex Grossman was in a Super Bowl, in part because Devin Hester, who, by the way, returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
All downhill from there.
Devin Hester was as good as you could possibly ask for from that spot. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer if there ever was one, and he just got denied.
Energy.
He got denied.
He can't let it go.
I can't let it go because that's my problem.
It's
the
over,
Matthew
Vince.
Staffords, when you put the Matthew Staffords of the world in, and you're going to set that bar for mediocre people at a high-profile position, the problem is the people that are undeniably great get denied year in and year out, and those people actually deserve to get in.
Yep.
And that's what happens when you let in a guy like Stafford. If you're going to open the door to those conversations, Julian Edelman was a conversation a year ago. Get the fuck out of here.
Is this a lifetime of sports radio just engraved into your head, making Hall of Fame arguments matter when I've literally never cared at any point in my entire life?
I care.
Well, congratulations to Taylor for never caring at all, because, you're right.
I care. I care.
It names in a dinky Hall of Fame that I'll maybe go to once. Okay.
Yeah. I've only been to the Baseball Hall of Fame once.
I've been to the Football Hall of Fame.
I've never been to it, nor do I have a desire to go, honestly.
It was a destination for me. I love it.
If you just called it an NFL museum and just did that, cool, fine. That's cool.
Yeah,
but it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
it is in the middle of nowhere. It's absolutely in the middle of fucking nowhere. I drove 8 hours to get there, part of a road trip.
Aren't they all? They're all in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Cooperstown. Cleveland's not exactly small for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But
well, I guess just sports.
Oh, yeah, just sports.
Yeah, where's the NBA Hall of Fame? Basketball?
Somewhere in Massachusetts.
I should know that.
Yeah, they're all in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, isn't the NHL Hall of Fame in, Toronto?
Toronto. So that one's got it right.
Canada doesn't count.
Yeah. They're not letting us in
four
right now
majors
anyway.
and only the ones in the U.S.
America.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why the Hall of Fame stuff bothers me, does it directly impact me? No. But it's for the players that you watch and have the careers, and it means everything to them.
Yeah.
That's where it bothers me. Because when you're just arbitrarily these people that don't really care, don't know all the positions, and don't know guys on other teams, and you're just easily going, no, well, this guy deserves to be a Hall of Famer, it gets somebody that actually deserves it, that them, their family, every year when you get passed over, it's just, they handle it well for the most part. But you know it kills these guys. I mean, they're competitors. It's what it's all about, to get that kind of recognition. And money, and there's money too. But a lot of these guys do want the recognition.
Of course
I'm
they do.
not in
Brian
that club.
Dawkins wants the recognition.
You're damn right he does.
Yeah.
And how great was it when he got in?
It was awesome.
So that's the thing. It's like those guys that truly deserve it, that means something. It's just, I want it for them.
So just don't root for quarterbacks anymore.
Well, don't root for shitty quarterbacks.
Well, no,
root
that's what
for
I'm
guys
saying.
that are truly undeniably great.
Remove all the quarterbacks in your head and just root for the guys that get in.